Hello and welcome to this demonstration. Antigravity is the new AI-powered integrated development environment, IDE, that has been launched by Google. It's one of the brilliant IDEs that are now in the market. We know about Casa and of course VS Code. All of them are based on VS Code, but of course Google and other companies like Casa have created their own versions. So Antigravity gives you AI completion, work plans, and many other features, and it is very useful. The best thing about it is that it is still free to use Gemini and other integrated AI models that can help you in your coding. This demo is just to show you how to launch it in WSL, so inside the Windows subsystem for Linux. So I use WSL on my Windows 11 computer, and if I go to my projects and I'm inside that project folder and I want to launch VS Code, I just type code, and it is updating the code server, and then it will just launch in a minute. Yep, and that is VS Code that has launched in my Windows. So it's given me a link and a remote link to my code, which is in VS Code. So I can just run Linux commands and code as if I was on a Linux computer. I can do the same with Casa. So just type Casa, and the dot of course means launch it in the present working directory. So I can do Casa, and it will do the same. It will just launch Casa. There you go. This is my Casa IDE. How do you do that with Antigravity? So there is no direct way. So when I install code or VS Code, when I install Casa, it asks you if you want to install the command in VS Code, in WSL, sorry, so that you can launch it. So to do this is easy. So you just have to create a symlink or a link to the command to launch VS Code, to launch Antigravity inside the working directory that you are in. So I'll just go to my home, and all I have to do is create a shortcut. In Linux, we call it aliases. So an alias command that will launch or will direct my WSL system to launch Antigravity. So I'm using ZShell on my laptop or on my computer, and so I have to edit my file that contains my shortcuts, or as I said, my aliases. So in my setup, I have all my aliases in as said as ZShell config folder. So I'll just go there. I call it ZShell custom, and I'll just list the files, and the file is this example.zsh. So I'll just edit that and show you what to put inside there. So what I'll do, I will use Fresh. Fresh is an editor. It's a very nice terminal-based editor. Try it out. Just Google Fresh editor and you can use it. And this is a list of my aliases. So I have an alias here that just updates everything in my computer. So instead of typing sudo apt-get update, this upgrade, auto remove, all these things, I just write AppData, and the computer or my shell knows that they do run all these commands. If I want to update my set conda, I just do that and it does this. So everything, all these are my aliases, my shortcuts. So an alias is just an easy way for you to remember, or you're just trying to humanize a command. So I want to run like Docker compose run, I just do D command. If I want to run Django, I just do run Django instead of doing this. Okay, things like that. Yeah, so I want to create a new alias. So I'll just put a comment, just say alias. So this is a launch anti-gravity from the terminal. So just say function. I'll just call it AGY. So just to remember, and that's it. Okay. Now I need to do a few things. I need to find out where my anti-gravity is installed on Windows. So let me just open a new terminal. Yep, go home. So it's usually in the Your Programs folder on Windows. So I'll do cd mount, and so this is where it is. So for yourself, just look at your username and put it there. Replace that with a username, and that should be it. So when I do present working directory, and I can do list the first there, this is the command that will launch anti-gravity. So all I need to do is just pick this up, copy this, and then I will go back to my editor and put this command. So we first need to define a few things. Let's define the distro. So what distribution are you running on your WSL? For me, I'm running Ubuntu 24.04, but there is a way of picking that up automatically, so you don't have to remember. So there's this WSL distro name. So that will just return the name of your distro. So if you're using Ubuntu 20 or something like that, it will just pick it up, or Manjaro, Linux, or whatever you're using. And then we now need to put the path, the executable path. So AG exe, just copy this as exactly as it is, and then I'll just copy that there. Okay, and at the end of it, just make sure you put anti-gravity. So we will, this is the path and this is the launch command. Okay, that should be easy as that. And then finally, we have one final line. Now to define the executable, you do agexe, always put a dollar sign so that it's global. Yep, and then just do remote WSL plus. So was the distro. So we put the dollar distro. And then we want to run it on the local directory. Excuse me. On the local present working folder. So just do that and do pwd. So present working directory, you want to launch it inside the directories that you are in. So that should be it. I can just file and save. That's good. So try this editor. It's called Fresh. It gives you all the, it looks like Notepad completely inside your terminal. So really cool. You don't have to struggle with, you know, key shortcuts and key bindings and things like that. Exit. As always, you have to source your ZSRC file once when you make changes. So should be done. If you're using bash, can do nano bash. Let me see if I have, what is the name of my bash? Because I'm using ZSRC, So it's bash rc. So let me just do nano bash rc. Okay. So it's empty. So with bash, you just do the name of the command you want to do, and then do that. So the difference is just you just put those two brackets, and then you do the same thing. Just enter the same information as I did on the other one. I don't want to save this, so I'll just leave it like that. So again, make sure you source, and let's go to the project. Don't worry about that. So cd projects, and then this is something I was doing on Django, and then I can just do AGY. Always source, just to make sure the changes are saved. Yep, you can see now it's showing green, and when I do that, Antigravity is launched in the folder that you want to code. Okay, it will take a minute, and then it will just launch it, and it will load the agent in a few minutes, and you can start doing your vibe coding. Thank you for following this tutorial, and have a good one. Bye.